Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I thought I'd take the opportunity of getting home at a reasonable time from work and a fairly bright evening to do a quick look at some fruits and a fruit tasting for anyone interested in fairly unusual stuff. Basically I've got here now, these are a little bit dry looking, should be a lot more red than that, but I've had it in the fridge for a few days because I haven't had time to open it up and show it to people who I've eaten some of them already. This is a rambutan or rambutan. It's not dissimilar looking to lychee inside, but obviously it's got this sort of like hairy type of shell on it, which is, when it's really fresh, will be a lot more red than this. This one's obviously dried out a bit in the fridge. And the other fruit I've got here, which I'm going to use tongs for the reason I'll explain in a minute. These, there's a red one and a yellowish orange one. These are cactus fruits. These are one of the Opuntia family, and the reason I'm using tongs is, if you look closely on them, they have the same little pads of, I think they call them areoles, as the actual pads of the parent plant on the fruit. Now, when these are harvested, they use gloves to harvest them, and they rub all the fruit over with the gloves. So it's meant to remove all of these little areoles. Have dozens of tiny little hooked spikes in them, which find their way into your skin, are extremely irritating to remove and actually quite irritating. So the best thing to do with these is probably to do what I've done here, which is to pick them up with tongs, because if you handle them without gloves, you're bound to get a few of the little spines in your skin. As I said, they're a bit of a nuisance to get out. You can get them out with sellotape and scrubbing, but I mean, they're so small you can't even see them to get them out with tweezers. They're not painful, they're just really irritating to have in the surface of your skin. So you can peel the fruit, or you can do what I'm going to do is cut it in half in a minute. But I thought I'd do these two fruits because they're not common in the UK, and there are probably a lot of people who subscribe to my channel have never tried either cactus fruits or indeed the rambutan. So what I'm going to basically do is just, you can peel them with your fingers, but it's going to be a little bit quicker if I just, frankly, if I just cut round the skin with a knife, and I can just pop the top off a lot easier for you to see. So it's quite reminiscent of a lychee. Now these fruits are more tropical than lychees and longans. They require a hotter climate to grow them in. I haven't actually got any rambutan or rambutan plants because they're they're tricky to germinate the seeds, and if they get chilled, as these have been in the fridge, they don't germinate. So we just thought we'd try and see. This will be a bit dried out now because it's been in the fridge. It's still got a nice flavour to it. You can see where it's been in the fridge, the seed's actually broken in half, so it wouldn't germinate in any case. They have a slight, I find they have a scented flavour to them. Quite sweet, fairly juicy. Would be juicier when they were fresh. Now I've had them for a few days, they're obviously not. You can pop the whole fruit in your mouth, obviously, and eat it like you would a lychee with a stone inside. Just don't want to eat the pip. Quite pleasant. Now I'm going to do the cactus next. To save time, I'm just going to basically cut them in half. This is they come normally in reds and yellows. I've got both. So I'm going to try and show you the inside. Rather like sort of guavas, they have seeds inside them. So there's a lovely sort of red, this is the red one, and it is a red coloured flesh inside. The seeds in here, they're quite hard, but they're small like guavas. You can eat them. So let's see what this is like. See if I can give a description. I'm not good at describing fruits, but you can at least have a look at the flesh. They're perfect for smoothies, but you can just eat them like this. Doesn't taste like dragon fruit. It's not easy to describe, to be honest. It's quite fruity, perhaps a hint of strawberry, juicy. Very juicy, in fact. Not easy to get here, but they do crop up occasionally. And while we're at it, I'm going to cut the yellow one in half as well. As I said, I'm not handling them today because I haven't got any gloves with me. This is the yellowy orange one, so you can have a look at this one. This obviously is a completely different colour inside. The hell with it, I'm going to use my fingers anyway. You can see that one's orange, orangey yellow on the outside, and it's orange on the inside as well. I don't think I've been spiked by the spines. Let's taste this one. I think they have quite a similar flavour, to be honest, even though the flesh is very orange. Very pleasant as well. It's actually quite a different flavour, surprisingly. I wouldn't say it's. I'm not going to say it's orange flavoured, because it's an orange fruit. What does it taste like? Something like a cross between a pear and a banana, but it is a different flavour to the red one. That could be to do with levels of ripeness, of course. Very pleasant. I'd say the red one is more of a strawberry banana flavour, although that could of course be psychological because of the colour. Yeah, definitely a different flavour to the red one. Not particularly expensive to buy, you just can't get them here very often. So if anybody's ever seen them in the shops and didn't know what they were, that's why I thought I'd do a tasting for you. So the first ones were rambutan, more of a tropical fruit. The puntia fruit is more of sort of a Mediterranean fruit, and you could probably, I think the plants are just about hardy here, so would be potentially possible to grow them outside here, though I'm not a fan of the puntia plants because they're covered in unpleasant spines, they're not easy to handle, and if you ever sort of have to move them or fall them, it's not very comfortable. Anyway, I thought that might prove interesting people who possibly haven't seen or tried either of those fruits fresh before. So thanks for watching the video, much appreciated. Please give me a thumbs up. Obviously you're welcome to share the video if you think somebody would like to know about those unusual fruits. Please subscribe to my channel and remember to click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out. I'll catch up with you on the next video. Brett out for now.